Y'all motherfuckers ready? Spark 'em if you got 'em. It's time to enlighten your motherfucking minds. Convos, brought to you by DirtyKenzoproductions. Spark 'em if you got 'em. It's time to enlighten our minds, open our third eyes, and a whole bunch of fuck shit. It's Convos.
Often imitated, never duplicated. DirtyKenzo Productions.
Hello there. I wasn't expecting you. Welcome to Convos, DirtyKenzo Productions, very own talk show. Let me put that back up. That's not there. Episode 8 of Convos, open topic, open panel. Bring the fuck shit. You got a question, debate, comment, rant. Bring that shit on up here. We out here. I go by Murph, aka the Dirty Kenzo. Excuse me. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let me pull that back up top. Everybody tuning in. We have missed a few of our shows lately. And it's really cool to hear people say, like, yo, Murph, we missed the fucking show. You know what I mean? So that's dope as shit. Coming to you live, of course, from Dirty Kenzo Productions. Murph, my blushing bride, Kels, is at work, but she's always holding our live chat down. Let's run through the live chat and say hello. We'll go through some things, and we'll drop the link. Away we go. They was are the builder. That's a fact. Spark them up if you got them, yo. Nat, salute. Salute to our Patreon members. Nat, GMA, Haley, Queen Kels. Become a Patreon member. Queen Kels drops the link. $4.20 a month. Exclusive content. You show your support to the movement. Thursday, I see the real ones in the building. I see the supporters. Vic LFM. ATG Barn, ATG TV, Rich Martinez and Mrs. Ivy, The Cave, Pamela J, and of course, Just Me Sunshine. My brother Vic LFM, like it gets no better. Gets no better. We got straight royalty up in here, straight royalty. That you got a little sneak peek. They're the jobs that are coming. The one with the piano is called what the fuck is it called? I have to look. The last one that sounds like a video game is called Zelda's Time of the Month. But the one before that, what the fuck is it called? I'll see in a minute. Oh, it's called Syrup. That's right. I wrote it right here in the chat. We got 10. Tem said, Murph, I need that link tonight. I said, girl, you going to come up and get my teacup. But yeah, guys, thank you to everybody tuning in. I know everybody was like, yo, Murph, where the fuck is Nostalgic and 420? And, you know, I had a busy work schedule. I worked all weekend, and it was just rough. I couldn't pull it together. I am giving warnings all this week on my show. Murph at 420 will be back Friday. It will be heavier than it's been before. I understand. Like, I got to keep 420 like a rock show. It has to be a rock show, modern rock, whatever. There's no one else doing it. There's certain people in our community that it's like we're yearning for that. So we're going to keep that rock-based metal. It's going to get heavy. I found some great shit this week. I can't wait to show you guys. Victor Coco in the building. Larry the Beach is here for the live cat. Killed that motherfucker. Yeah, he was just here. Becky G, our UK sis in the building. See you. I see you. MC in the building. Butterflies. Stand up. Coco, thank you. Yeah, I mess with stuff with the headphones, so I'm glad the levels, and that's why none of that stuff's released yet, is I'm still balancing levels and sounds. And excuse me. Cuzzo Kenny and the squatters are in the building. We're all out here tonight. Pammy's in the building. I see y'all. We got some real ones on deck. As I said, guys, open panel, open topic. Feel free to join, debate. Larry said, what the fuck is up? I'm at work. This better be good. It better. You know, we like to say, everybody. Babe, let me put that up. Listen, sometimes you got to do it. Just like, you know, the trolls would be like, when they fight with each other, they're like, that's why you never cam up. So I'm going to be like, that's why I'm cammed up. I'll put the banner up before people come up, and I'll keep it up if they want. You know what I mean? But in the intro of the show, we got to show the love. We're not doing a face reveal. But I do only show my face usually on the amazing Cooking with Kels, Thursdays, 7 Eastern, Cooking with Kels on YouTube. We're going to come back with a good one this week. Excuse me. And I think we got to get ready to do our March giveaways, if I'm not mistaken. Also, my birthday's in like 10 days, y'all. I'm going to be 40, fucking falling over and rolling down the hill. I don't realize I'm 40 till I realize my kid's almost 20. That's when I realize I'm 40. So I guess that's a good thing. My body feels 40, but my mind don't. Mrs. Ivy, part 1/2 of the amazing team of Mrs. Ivy and Rich, heart to heart and foot to ass, Mrs. Ivy. You know. Kage, you are not late. I just said your name perfect. We just started. Speaking of royalty, the Duke of Dookie, let me just tell you, during the Revolutionary War, Scotland fought with England, and y'all lost too. USA, USA. Street's my guy, salute. Me and Street just talk shit about each other's countries all day. He talks about America, I talk about UK. Nunya is in the building. We got a lot of folks there. I see y'all. If you're in the bushes, say what's up. Unless we don't like each other, then I get it. But Coco, I have to I'm still working on getting some instruments together before we ever see live music. I'm still making a lot of this on my phone, but I'm trying to get some drums and a bass and stuff like that together. So there will be some live music then. That's for sure. I would say the only good thing in UK is Becky and Haley, but that's just easier to say. The only bad thing in UK is Street. Ooh, Coco, keep that. Keep that question. We'll keep that. What should fun money go towards? Good question. And if someone could drop Kage's link, please. Smoke out my eye, went up my nose. Jesus. Yeah, March 31st. I believe it's Friday, next Friday. So we'll be doing Murph at 420 that day for sure. Tam Ted said, "Come out the fucking bushes." She got the Uzi loaded. We're still trying to get our ladies panel together, ladies and gentlemen. It's very hard because we're trying to get a few of our lovely ladies from the UK. And if you're not a custom or book smart, whatever you want to, most I would say we're not really taught this in the US, but they're 5 hours ahead of us. So trying to get that, all together could be a headache. We got folks coming from, the panel I'm trying to get is pretty diverse group of women all over. Canada, Virginia, and UK, things of that nature. So we're trying to get that together ASAP. Please drop Kage's link, guys, if you can. We will be dropping our link to join the panel. As I always say, anyone wants to come up, debate, rant, question, comment. Almond Brown in the building. Salute to Almond Brown. Great to see you. So before anyone comes up, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a few things that I've seen around the way on these YouTube streets as I've been a little more distant. You see things, you pop in, you're not in the loop. Mama T said she'll be here as soon as she gets her phone back. Okay, no problem. Salute to Mama T. That's a fact. The word subliminal, guys. This drops me, drops. Thanks, Street. Got me saying drops me crazy. Subliminals. Now, I do know a lot of people do them online. They don't bother me. People are like, Murph, that subliminal was about you. And I'm like, who cares? But what always drove me crazy was people said I was throwing subliminals. Like, I'm an asshole. Why would I throw a subliminal? I'll say that shit right to you. So why would I throw a subliminal? I never understood that. People are like, you're being shady. You're talking. I'm like, I'm not. So I just wanted to lead that off. Victor Coco's question. What should fun money be spent on? Well, all my fun money gets spent on Mary Jane. Someone's knocking on the door. It's Tam Tam. Tam Tam in the building.
Knock, knock.
Tam Tam.
How are you?
Echo. You don't have an echo, but you sound like you're in a church.
I'm at the library.
Oh, wow. That's a great acoustics.
Sorry, is it okay?
So what's
Is it
going
annoying?
on? No, never. You better hush.
Not much. What's going on with you?
You get certain leeways, just like all the day ones. You all get certain leeways.
Okay, I gotta find the chat.
Nat said she doesn't catch this. Nat, as much as I don't involve myself in subliminals, I catch them all. Like, not all, but it's like if I know the history, if someone's throwing a subliminal at Tam Tam and I know the history of it, I'll catch it every time. But if I don't know it, obviously I'm not psychic. So Pammy, we'll wait for you to get up here. We know Pammy be finishing her shift on Tuesdays when she joins us. So, but Tam Tam, I want to salute Tam Tam, guys. Make sure you're subscribing. She just got her community tab. Salute to her. We went over to her live earlier, right before we started a little while, and she said, Murph, I can't wait till you go live. I'm coming up there tonight. So I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. So I'm going to give the floor to Tam Tam if she liked it. If not, we could keep it flowing. But if you'd like the floor, amazing sis from the Canadian border, it is yours. Maybe not. Oh shit, I gave Tan this deluxe ass speech like the floor is yours and she fell off. That's great. Kage, yes, it's something you earn after so many subs. It's like unlocked to you basically. But a subliminal is like someone's talking about you, but not it's indirects, sly comments, things of that nature. That's when you see that. Yeah, Nat, you hear me, Nat? I give her this whole deluxe. Here's Pammy.
Can you hear me?
Pammy.
Hi.
Sis.
Can you hear me good?
Hello.
Salud.
Hello there.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
I'm charging.
that
my
was fucked
phone.
up. I gave Tam a whole intro, and as soon as I did, she fell off.
Oh shit.
I was like, Tam said she had something to talk about. I'm gonna give her the floor. She's like, bloop.
I thought you wanted me to come up. Do you want me to drop down so she can do
No.
the thing?
No, I told you come up when you are ready.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just finishing up here at work, and
I know this is partially your show too. You sponsor, you can be up here all you want.
No,
I
I
would
don't
never
want.
tell you to
I
get
want
down.
Tam to have her time.
Good.
I'll let
Pammy,
her-
you act like you can't be quiet. Give me a break.
You know I can't. Shit.
You can, but you can enough to let
You
talk.
are my brother.
Yeah, you ain't got to go
Morning.
down. Tam.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so I can see the chat, but I can't. Do you remember when we said we didn't need a laptop?
Pammy, look at also. Look at you, sis.
I'm here at work. I'm still working, so yeah.
My ship is it working? There we go. Tam, please
Okay,
tell
can you
us.
hear me okay?
Yes, tell us your tea, sis. Come on, go ahead. It's you, Tam.
Okay, so the behind the bar interview.
Oh,
You know I'm going there.
Oh, she is
So,
going there.
Why doesn't he like me because I am not subscribed to his channel? Please make sense of that. Okay, I should not yell, but I don't understand the situation.
I think
So,
it's great. I think it's great. Pammy's up here, and I'll let her go first.
So I've been unsubscribed from him since he trolled Breezy's feet. Remember when he trolled Breezy's feet?
So what? I'm sorry. What was the gripe?
Since the incident, she unsubbed when he had the incident with Breezy. Let's just say that, Tam.
Yeah, no. And anyway, I don't have to explain why.
Yeah, he gets sensitive sometimes
I'm
about
gonna
that
die.
stuff, though. He does get sensitive about that stuff sometimes.
So he's yelling and he's screaming and he's saying, oh, Murph, be quiet. You have to hear my side of the story. There's no side of the story. He said, Tammy, why weren't you at my live yesterday? I said, because I am not subscribed to you. And he called me a name. I don't remember what it was. I didn't care what it was. He called me something. I was like, whatever, and I just ignored it.
Wow.
And then he'll poke at me and stuff, but I don't talk to him. And
sometimes the beasts are crazy on here.
When I first met him, exactly that. And so when I first met him and his wife were doing singing or something and shit and drinking in the living room. I probably got the link from you or from Burn or wherever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Seems like a pretty cool place to be or whatever. But I don't listen to the rap music and stuff. I don't like. If I see somebody not being nice to one person once online, I don't have time for apologies or going back and second guessing them. I don't have. I'm at the point I don't do that with people in my real life. So if I go somewhere and I feel that a certain way that I don't want to be there, I'm not going to be there, and I don't have to be there. Even though you guys are all there.
You pay your phone bill. I tell everybody that. Who pays my phone bill? I'll go wherever the fuck I want. So I mean, you have that right to or to not go wherever you want. Josiah, science.
he's going on about how he's changed, and I was actually listening to him. I was actually listening to the interview that he had with Rant, because I'm a content creator now, and I hope to get a little bit better at things, and I'm going to take whatever advice I can get. If I can get it from somebody like him, who's been, in trouble so many times or whatever, why not, right? And I was like, yeah, and I was thinking about, yeah, he's not so bad, and then all of a sudden at the end he tells me to fuck off.
That was crazy.
As far as interview, that was disrespectful to Barn. It was disrespectful to you, and it was sad. It didn't bother me at all. It was really sad to see this man this upset that I'm not subscribed to his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I want to let Pammy speak on it. I want to let Pammy speak on it a little, because she's I remember Pammy kind of went through something before as well. And that's all I could say is that sometimes, not even just Maine behind a bar, but a lot of people, you get sensitive over this shit, especially, numbers are dwindling, people are leaving at the time. And then you're like, why ain't you subbed if all the people that you love are subbed, so, but I'll let Pammy speak on it.
I think, how am I going to say this? Even Maine himself will say he's grown in the past couple of years, and
obviously not.
Well, I'm just listen. Just hear me out.
Anyway, sorry, I'll listen.
Yes. I think maybe because you know what? I think maybe because you don't banter back and forth with him and you don't let it get to you, that just makes him go even harder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And he even said it yesterday, and this shows his growth, in my opinion, that nobody tells him whose channel he can go to, and they better not, whatever. So he says the same thing. I think, I think he does it for shock value. I don't know.
He's never been to my channel. I don't care.
Well, yeah.
Good point.
That's a good point.
I don't know if he's up to me. I don't know if he even knows that I paint rocks. He probably doesn't know a goddamn thing about me. All he knows is I'm part of your community, and I don't play well with others. I don't get involved in the drama. I never have, not once.
There's this crazy. I see this in this incident, and there's another one in the community, and I just look and I'm like, how the fuck are you people? Like, the group of people that are beefing with each other. I'm like, what the fuck is this? The Twilight Zone? Like, good people are beefing with each other. Like,
yeah, but like at the same, it puts everybody that loves you in a certain situation.
Yeah.
I am the type I can, like, with Maine's personality, I think he's misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make what he says sometimes right?
No, that's lashing out. Like, even at the what Tammy's speaking on the end of the show, I didn't feel disrespected because of what my brand is, but Tammy's not wrong. It is disrespectful.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Like,
it is totally.
His whole interview.
I don't look at it the same though. Like, I understand where Pammy's coming from. Like, knowing who he is and knowing who I am. It's like somebody could come on here right now and be like, "Murph, you ugly cunt," and call me every curse in the book, and I'm just gonna laugh. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like
it's a whole,
nothing hurts me like that.
Right. It's the whole thing of like, you don't let it get to you.
I don't.
So,
and I think that's what he wants. He wants a reaction from me. I guess. I don't know. But when I see somebody like him whose main goal is to get information from people to use it against them and hurt their feelings and put them down and laugh about it, I don't got that. Now he's never going to hear from me again. I blocked him. He's not going to see me in chats. I'm not going to see him in chats. I gave him at least the respect because he is, involved with everybody else to, I even dropped this fucking link. I was even going to sing for him the night of karaoke there. Just because I'm a good person. No matter what people do wrong, I'm always nice to them. But that was uncalled for. It wasn't okay. And I just wanted to speak about it.
No, I'm glad you spoke on it. I'm glad you're speaking on it.
After years?
You have
I've known him for 3 years.
Yeah.
We've known him 3 years. I've known him. and he picks Barnes' interview to get his
Brother
name
Rich,
in a bunch. It makes no sense to me.
Scamula,
Like
salute y'all. Salute.
grown men married is upset that another female is on this. Like that goes through my head too. Like what? There's something not right there.
See, I
It's
will
not right.
agree. I will agree with. I've seen Becky agreed with Pammy in that sense, and I will agree with them that there has been change. Because even what you spoke on, like collecting information to expose, he's told me that someone reached out to him with a whole bunch of shit with my incident, and he backed off because he you know what I mean. So it's like I think he has made a positive change in that vein where he's trying to become this, get it more the interview lane than the trolling and roasting people in the community. You're the way my advice to everybody is always punch up, never punch down. So if you're a content creator with 5,000, you can't punch. You don't ever look good punching down on like 100 subs, 200, 500 subs. You know what I mean? You don't. It never looks good for you.
But at the same token, I mean, nothing that anybody, whether it be Maine or anybody, says about Tammy is going to change my opinion
For
of
sure.
how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So I could give a shit less what he does. You ignore whatever he does. He, to me, in my opinion, and I just want to be fair, he has changed a lot. He's not attacking people. Like he even said, he's trying to get his channel to go in a different direction. I think I was on one of his shows when he was talking about it was not making him feel good in his heart to do what he was doing, so he had to pull back.
Street, you called Tam Tam a sweatshirt. It doesn't say sweetheart. That says sweatshirt.
Oh, he wishes I was a sweatshirt. He wishes I was a sweatshirt. I'll be your hoodie, Scotland.
Now he put sweatheart. What the? How the fuck did y'all people make the language? Sis, they made the language and this motherfucker can't speak it.
What the fuck is wrong?
What the fuck's a sweatheart? This is the fucking. This is the Scottish school system for you, y'all.
I love it.
And he boasts about his stuff. He boasts about his proper English all the time.
Mr. GQ over here, right?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Oh,
okay, my biggest concern is this for when I'm talking.
Nanya. I love Nanya. Shout out to you. Go ahead, Pam.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm in the hallway. My biggest concern is that I want you to know that I still adore you. And if you ever got like so attacked where I felt like you could not defend yourself, I would probably step in.
I agree with that a lot.
So me knowing Maine, because I've crossed that road.
That makes me feel tough, actually. I like that. Always know if somebody crosses the line, I will intervene and say something if it's wrong. You know what I mean? Like
I will not hesitate.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I honestly, that attitude Pammy has is what I used to have. You guys know that. It was like I fought every fucking battle. It was like, someone's talking about Tam, let me get up there, and it's and it's like. I
remember those days.
Kind of shot myself in the foot sometimes, you know what I mean? So it's like I gotta be so much more choosy and pick and choose. I said with this,
I don't even think I would do it in a chat. I would probably reach out to him behind the scenes and say, man, come on, ease up on her. That shit wasn't right, or something like that.
And it's crazy because the other people, the surrounding people, like us, like I was speaking on. I know another incident that's similar. And it's like, I forget sometimes people be beefing. So I'm like sending out invites to shit. And they're like, don't send this, please. And I'm like, oh shit. I can't always remember. Can't always keep up. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like all of a sudden someone's on a panel in a chat, just like, hey, Tam, remember this? Screw you. So it is hard to keep up with sometimes.
But the thing about it is, I think with Maine is, he's like, it is probably if I can assess his personality, I think it's like it is eating him alive. It's like, why
It
is
is.
he not subbing to me?
It is. It
So-
is.
And
It is because it's been
in
years. This isn't new. This has been years.
I think it's in a playful way, but it's being misread. That's what I sort of
It's not playful. No, I don't think it's playful at all. Nope.
Well, no, I'm not to him, not to us.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
To him, maybe.
you know,
I think there's a level of that to it. Because a lot of people will do that. When you're at work and you're pissed off at your boss, you go, "It was only a joke." Like how many jokes we make, It was only a joke. You just told me fucking 8 things. It wasn't a joke. It's really on your mind.
I think he probably, like, if he says, Tam, why have you subbed to me? And he's waiting for you to say, send me $2 cash app, motherfucker. if
I
you want
did
me to
invite
say-
him to the show after
No.
Barnes' interview, so maybe he'll show up at some point. I'd
I'll
like
just-
to hash it out if he could pop up, but I told him to pop, but that's up to him, of course.
I just don't, I think I understand where Tam's coming from.
Yeah, I think her feelings are
And
warranted for sure.
Her feelings are warranted.
Yep.
But at the same time, if she called me behind the scenes and was like, I can't take this, and was if I
That
felt-
would never happen. I'm a gladiator.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You know
Exactly.
what? I step back.
That
and
shit does
I
not get to me.
sit back and I look at it and I'm like, Tammy, she's holding her own. She can
Yeah.
hold her own, right?
I mean, that's how I look at it, even with all y'all. If I'm in a chat and I see you like going back and Tammy, I still kind of get in it, but I don't get in it as much. You know what I mean? I let y'all handle your shit.
Right, you have to. I mean, you can only do so much, and the fact that Tammy's coming up here and voicing her opinion about it is great.
Mhm.
She should be allowed to do that without any repercussion.
That's a fact.
You know what
Coco,
I'm saying?
salute.
She has every
Mhm.
single right.
For sure.
Yeah,
That's
of
what this
course I do.
show's here for. That's what this show's here for, to have any conversation with some common sense.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that I adore Tammy. Like, Tammy's like family to me too.
Yep.
I've been in the trenches with Maine, and I've seen him change. I've seen him personally because I interact with him. He has changed for the better, in my opinion.
He had a
But
very
now-
similar
but now-
incident.
But now
He had
he
an
screwed that
incident
up
with
for me
him.
because I saw him starting to change for the better, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good thing. I'm not saying I was gonna subscribe to him or watch his channel. I don't watch channels that don't have a purpose for me in my life. I don't listen to rap music. I don't need to watch those interviews. Bart has them. I watch them sometimes, but I'm not there all the time because I don't watch that stuff.
Lika,
And
Maine is here, so send him the link.
Gotcha, man. Thank you. If anyone sent that to him, I was just saying I hope he would come.
I forgot what
So,
I was gonna say now. Shit. I
um,
had a point, man.
you got a minute. I'm trying to get the link, so you got a second. Salute be to me and the milkman. We're gonna let him come up. We always want, civil
Here we
debate.
go.
No, he's not going to do that. I
But the
guarantee
thing is,
he's
though,
not.
that we don't even have to have a conversation. Like, there's really no point.
That could be the problem. That could be the problem in a nutshell.
delete person. I'm a
Mhm.
block
That's
delete
true,
person.
too,
I haven't
Rob.
seen Vic in 2 years. I haven't seen People's 212 in about 2 months. I haven't seen DSL's family in about 3 months. If I'm in an king trolls and one troll is disrespectful to me, I just block them. I don't play any games. That's what I do.
Hey.
I've always done
No, I
that.
mean, it could be as simple as you haven't had a conversation. So that's what led to it.
Maybe. Yeah, I just want to know why is he so mad at me for not subscribing to his channel? Because that's the only thing I've ever done wrong with him. If it's a wrong thing, I don't think it's wrong.
We
but-
got behind the bar, Maine the milkman.
Good
Oh, shut up,
evening.
man.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
TDK, Pamela J, how y'all doing?
Hey,
Hello, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I can't complain. Listen, this is not that serious to me. I caught the back end, so I'm not really too. I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I could, make an assumption of the back and forth me and Tim been having lately, in the chats. And it started off by me. If anybody know anything about Behind the Bar, I like to be like friendly trolling people in the chat. You know, even with Pam, I call her spam. I even trolled TDK's mom friendly. You
I
know,
was
we
going
just
to
have,
say he has trolled my mom.
Yes, he
I've
has
seen
gotten
it.
Jenny.
I've seen it.
it's probably everybody that I play with in the chat, and it's always playful. But I noticed when I would at Tim just friendly, she would never respond back to me. So that was already like a light bulb in my head, me thinking that she may have something against me. So I heard her just now saying she don't like hip hop music, and I remember she had like karaoke night the other night on another panel. She said she loved all types of music, but now she don't love hip hop music. She don't watch interviews, but she watched me and your interview the other day. So like it's hold on, I'm almost finished. So it's almost to me, it's almost a personal thing. I done extended up many olive branches to Tam, but she refuses to take it as far as like squashing our little differences, whatever the situation may be. I was in a chat the other day. I was in Rich chats the other day. You know, he plays music, and I always ask different people, hey, let's dance to this song on like with little emojis, and she's like, oh, aren't you? You're a married man. I'm not dancing with you. I'm like, well, I didn't ask to have sex with you. Like, what the heck is your problem? You know what I'm saying? So it's to me, she likes to throw rocks and hide her hands, you know, and it is what it is.
That's funny because I'm holding a rock right now and I'm painting it.
Don't throw it.
Okay, so right from the beginning, why does it bother you that I didn't talk back to you? So if you talk to somebody in chat and they don't respond to you, why do you feel that they need to respond to you?
Yeah, because I think it's disrespectful, because especially if I never did anything to you. Like, why you got to be rude for it?
But that's my own personal opinion. I can choose to speak to who I want to speak to. That doesn't mean that I'm being rude. Maybe I'm protecting my own self from what I know that you're capable of doing to people.
And what
because maybe something, because let me finish, because something as simple as me saying that I went dance with you because I have respect for your wife, you're calling me out on that. That makes no sense.
You realize this is YouTube and we're in a chat room. This is not really us dancing, right?
I do know that. And you do know that me not talking to you should not have to lead to you telling me to fuck off on Barnes to interview.
I mean, I respectfully disagree because it's obvious
that was not okay.
I mean,
there's no reason for that. Just because I don't respond to you and I'm not up to you, you should not have that much anger.
And I don't think it's okay for you to be so disrespectful towards me if I never did anything to you. And I clearly just heard you say that you know what I'm capable of doing to people. So obviously,
I was taught if I don't have anything nice to say, to not say anything at all, and that is what I did. Do you understand?
Sounds like to me that I must have offended somebody that is associated with you in the past. That has to be it. That's the only thing I can think of.
There are many people on YouTube that I do not talk to, and if I don't respond to them, they just don't talk back to me.
So let's get down to what is it exactly?
Why do I have to respond to you?
What is it exactly about me that you don't like?
Well, I've watched you for a long time. I shouldn't have to say that shouldn't really matter, but you said it yourself. You know that you've been a bully. You know that you've trolled people. I have learned from going to King Troll, from being in Gladiator School, that if I'm going to be a content creator, to not associate with people like you. So I chose not to do that to protect myself and my channel. I've seen you on Breezy's channel. I've seen you go on Breezy's channel and disrespect her. I've seen you do it to Megan. I am not going to set myself up for that.
I think it might be from the library, y'all. I'm sorry.
And if I have to respond to you, there's your answer.
All right. So now
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, and
but that's the grown-up way to be.
I appreciate you.
I'm not going to set myself up for anything. I'm not going to set myself up for the disaster that you can cause me.
I appreciate you for letting me know that the reason why you don't like me is because what I did to Megan, and that's fine, you know, and that's like 2 years ago, but, you know, I had the right to do it.
That's the sad thing. It was 2 years ago, and I haven't talked to you.
You have to let him speak too a little bit, Tam, just to be fair.
Right, and I appreciate that, Kenzo.
No problem.
So I understand everybody has their own opinion, and I never said anything about Megan that was not true. You know what I mean? I mean, I have many receipts of her, you know, being racist towards black people, calling us niggers and everything like that.
Okay,
and
I don't want to get into all that.
Even, I mean, if we're gonna be fair, when we had karaoke night the other night, I didn't even have a problem with it, because if I really wanted to troll you when your daughter was saying the N-word on karaoke night, I would have made a big deal about it. But I never said anything about that.
I mean, that's kind of what me and Penny were speaking on just before Maine came up. That, you know, as viewers, we've seen changes in Maine. You know what I mean? So I do know how Tammy
And
felt
that's
about
exactly
the
what
FU.
I'm talking about.
I
So
get
now
the
he's gonna
FU.
sit here and he's gonna talk about my daughter. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I
Tam,
don't
I
want to associate.
Tammy, I get
Sorry,
the
yes.
FU hurting you, and I get the FU hurting you in the moment. But I do know, I have seen, and I do know Maine's made changes away from the things, you know, the Megan kinds, whatever we're talking about. You know, Maine has made changes away from that. I've seen it. You know what I mean? So I do understand Tammy's point in the moment on Barnes being hurt by the fuck you. But on the same token, in Maine's defense, I mean,
I
it
never
is
said I was
Tammy's right
hurt.
to not give anyone a chance for
You
sure.
need to
But
reword
I've
that. I
seen
never
growth.
said I was hurt.
Yeah,
I'm not
I've
hurt.
seen growth. Is just my point.
When he said that to you, well, what did it make you feel like? Let's express that. Did you feel nothing? Did you feel?
I felt nothing. I wondered why he was so angry with me because I didn't want to subscribe to his channel. Like, I find that sad.
You know what?
I
And
don't
it's
think anybody should show that much feelings towards somebody just because they're not subscribed to the channel. And again, just like what he had said about my daughter, that's exactly the reason why I don't associate with him, because he does have the capability of hurting me. I'm not going to allow it.
and it's amazing.
If by ignoring him is what I need to do, then that's what I choose to do.
I mean, you could play the victim and say, I disrespected your child, but I definitely did not. All I did was state a fact that she said she said nigger on karaoke night, and I never ever made a big deal about it. I left it alone. Period. I don't know if you raise your children to think it's okay to say the N-word, but it's really not okay for white people to say the N-word. It's not okay. I never heard Murphy ever say the N-word. I never heard Pamela J say the N-word. If you're raising your children to say the N-word, don't get mad at me. Do not get mad at me, okay?
All right, let's all take a breath. 1, 2, 3.
I gotta go. I'm not listening.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tim.
Man, be nothing.
I am. I'm gonna get down. Thank you for having me.
Man.
No. I mean, I'm glad you came up to defend your side for sure.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even listen. I gotta go rewatch the show. I literally heard 2 minutes before I hit the link. So I said, I didn't even know it was the topic. I seen Rich and I seen you sent me the link about an hour ago. I'm just now getting up at work, and you know, I'm trying.
No doubt. I was just right before you came. I was literally saying, I hope Maine, you know, comes around or someone sends it. So it was actually a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Nobody's perfect at the end of the day. And like I said, I never made a big deal about the situation with her child because it is what it is. But you know, I knew in my heart, I knew it was the Megan thing from 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And if that's what it is, then that's what it is. I can't do nothing about that. You know?
I mean, that's like I said, I've seen the growth. I've seen you make change. You know what I mean? So it's only thing that it can always come back down to is Tammy's level of forgiveness. I can't speak on that. Where I can say is if I thought Maine did something fucked up 2 years ago, I'm not seeing that behavior anymore. I'm seeing the growth away from that behavior specifically. So.
Right. Even me and your wife play around in the chat. Main piece of shit. I say, cooking. I say cows or whatever I say to her. Like, we all have little fun nicknames we give each other in the chat or whatever. But I noticed it was just something with Tam where she just did not like me. But it all came out. At what happens? What doesn't come out in the rinse happens in the wash or whatever that saying is. So I was glad she was able to get it off her chest as far as her issue with me. And you know, we could bury it right here. You know what I mean? My problem in life is that I don't like waiting and I don't like being fake or procrastinating. I like people to let me know exactly how they feel about me. You know what I mean? And
you're can't stay. You're like me in a way where you can't stay quiet. It's just physically impossible.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing with me. But I need to work on that. But you know, if I know,
I get it.
Even me and Pam, I heard her talking earlier how she said I grew because me and Pam was kind of going through the same thing, kind of similar with another person, and I felt offended because I felt Pam was choosing sizes sides without knowing the facts. You know what I mean? And eventually, her and I was able to figure it out, and now we cool today. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it just takes a conversation to understand exactly what's going on, rather than people jumping in.
Facts.
Well, right, and the fact that you publicly apologized to me meant the world to me. Like, had you like not taken responsibility for it, I don't even know if we'd be talking. You know what I mean? So,
Because I understand the importance of accountability. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
you know, the way I reacted, you know, was uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, yeah, I was in my feelings, because I'm like, I felt offended at the time. Like, damn, you're gonna stop supporting me because somebody else has an issue with me? And you know, I didn't understand that, but that still didn't give me the right to call you out your name. You know what I mean?
Right. And that was the thing about it. And you know what? If the way that you speak to Tam, it makes her feel uncomfortable, she has the right to just block you. You don't have to talk to each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just not. It's not even like you said the other night. I forget whose panel it was on. I think it was on KT. You said, if somebody comes to me and asks me why am I at this content creator's channel, I'm going to tell them to go somewhere, because you don't tell me where to go.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
So,
I understand that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I had, you know, I told, because Tam's a friend of mine, so it makes me, I don't want to ever see her attacked, but I know she can hold her own. Okay, I told her if anybody, Maine, I don't care who it is, ever like went across the line of what I thought was just, I mean, and she couldn't handle it, I would step in. If I saw her like just crumbling down to where she couldn't defend herself, I would step in, but she's always held her own. So I just like step back. You know what I mean? So
I understand.
Let me bring clarity real quick to the interview that we did a couple days ago. When I ended the interview, and I was like, when I said "F you, Tim," that was more on a comical sense, but I understand how that could have been funny towards her. But
right.
When I said it, it wasn't. Even though this might sound crazy, when I said it, it wasn't to be malicious. It was to be comical. But not everybody understands my personality, and I understand that. It's okay.
Well, it took me a while to. It took me a while. I'm sorry, Murph, but it took me a while to understand your personality. So I understand. So, and Murph was the one that helped me understand your personality. You know what I mean? So,
how many times I done threw Murph under the bus and get him rewards for being the panel? What is it called? The Vibe Killer Awards.
Vibe Killer. Yeah.
I always say, like, I don't even want people around me if they can't, like, if they don't have thick enough skin to take jokes, because as much as I dish it to people, I can take it too. You know, so. It is what it is. I like having fun. This is my playground. YouTube is my playground where I can come on here and just be let loose and kind of have fun. Like, you know, after YouTube and when we get back to our realities, when it deals with work, family, and all types of other shit we got going on in our life, you know, sometimes it's not as fun as it is being on YouTube. So, you know, it is what it is. Maybe I am get out of line and get carried away every once in a while, but it's never to be malicious, to really, you know, make somebody want to cry or whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Man,
I mean,
I've been saying for days. I'm sorry, Pam.
No, I was just going to say, I think over the past couple years, the changes that I've seen in you have been more of, I think you've come to the realization, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have a wife and you have a daughter, right? So you got to really think about how you approach things, right? You can have fun and stuff like that, but I think that, like, if Tam doesn't want to communicate or banter back and forth with you, and I can understand if you say hi to her and she doesn't say something and you're like, well, what's wrong? You know, why isn't she saying hi? She has that right, and now that you know where you stand with it, you can at least have some answer. You know what I mean?
Clarity, yes, clarity.
Not only do I have answers, now that I only know answers, now I know to actually leave her alone completely. Like, you guys have my word, right? So from now on, you will never see me, say hello or say anything to her disparaging in the chat, because I know that she simply deep down in her heart, she doesn't like me. So I'll leave it alone, and it is what it is, and I'm okay with that.
Well, you also have to respect the fact that you have to respect the fact that also she is trying to build her channel, and she doesn't need any unnecessary, whatever. It's a different sector. She's in the rock sector.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know she had. I didn't even know she was a content creator. You just talked to her.
Yes, she paints rock. She paints rocks. That's her business.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she had. Well, see, you guys don't know. I mean, it goes to show you what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
I understand, Maine, though, because I'm the same way. It's like, in a way, it's a people pleasing. In a way, it's like you can't. Every person, you got to try to do what you can to make sure they have a good opinion about you. That's kind of how I am. It's like.
And that's impossible, you know, that's impossible, right, in life. It's impossible to please everybody.
Exactly, and that's what you're trying to, that's exactly my point. It's like, I'll hone in so much, like, oh, I gotta show Pamela I'm respectful, upstanding. And meanwhile, I'm like fucking alienating 30 other people in the background because I'm so focused on just trying to please one person.
Right.
So, oh my God. Lady Fresh, everybody in the chat. I seen RP earlier. A whole bunch of people salute y'all.
And you know what it is? Another thing that kind of makes things kind of like a blurred line is that the chat that we all link up at as a collective is King Troll's chat, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
In my mind, everybody in that particular room understand the art of trolling, you know what I mean? And going back and forth. But, I guess some people really doesn't, when it comes to the quote unquote gladiator school, they really, don't take anything from it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like when you and I had our confrontation that one time, I was just sort of like, oh, really now? Like, okay, if that's the way you want to play, I didn't appreciate it and I didn't think I deserved it, but you, as a man, came out and said, I'm sorry, I talked out of my feelings and I apologize.
Absolutely.
So I could do nothing but respect that, right?
Absolutely.
So it's everybody's situation is different. And I'm here to tell you, if you blatantly disrespect her in a way that I think is vulgar or whatever, I'm going to say something. And I would hope you would respect me as a person to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
same
just
way
like if somebody was attacking your wife. If somebody came on Sweet Tea's chat and started saying shit to her, I would do the same thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I've always said there's a different side to you that a lot of people don't know, and you take things to heart. You really do. I believe that.
Right.
So
not at all. You gotta express these things. That's part of life. That's how we
listen, Tim. Let me just say this real quick before I get up out of here, yo. Sure. Tim, all jokes aside, right? From now on, you don't have to worry about me, acknowledging you in the chat, speaking to you in the chat. You know what I mean? We can just let bygones be bygones from here, and we can just move forward with our lives. You don't got to worry about me, quote unquote, harassing you. You know what I mean? Because according to you, since you're not speaking to me when I speak to you, it's almost a form of harassment. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take that and say I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave you alone and let you go about your business, and we all could go along with our merry lives. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. God bless.
Definitely appreciate that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's.
That's why I said I've seen the.
You can't ask for anything more. You can't ask.
I know where Tammy comes from in a way because yes, a few years ago, Maine, as he says, would take it there. But like I said, there's change. I believe he's sincere right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. If I felt he wasn't sincere, I'd call him out on it. So I do feel he's sincere.
No, I'm gonna leave it. I gain nothing from it or lose anything from it. But I wish her the best with her rock business and her channel. Everything like that, man. I wish everything. even her daughter, she found anything offensive that I said, it wasn't intent. I just try to use that as, my little, how I use my little proof of how I was trying to express myself. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't have brought up what her daughter said on the panel. Maybe that was out of line. You know what I mean? So I'll leave all of that alone, and I'm good.
You were getting out feelings you had as well. I mean, we gave Tammy the platform for about 5-10 minutes before you were here. So for you to speak up on something was bothering you, I find only fair. I mean,
Yeah,
Tammy,
that's what it's all about. It's all
she
about
defended
everybody.
it. Y'all talked, had a dialogue, it went where it went. But we're adults. We keep it at that. Everyone should have a chance to defend, express, all that.
Right. And I gotta understand that some people have their own allegiances here on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like a quick fix could get away with doing certain things, and certain people would still be friends with him if he disrespects the black community. But if I call out somebody from the white community for saying, calling black people the N-word, some people would, look at me like I'm a bad guy, but make quick fix still be their friend. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, make it make sense.
Bro, I've heard it. Like, I mean, when all that incident happened, I mean, Pammy can defend me on this one, but the very first time, that was it. I cut bro off immediately. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then when other trolls come at me, certain ones like, oh, you let this, and I'm like, bro, I've been against that since day one, before even a lot of people of color were completely cutting people off. So it's, people see their own narratives, people have their own, perception of things.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get down because I see Tim is still like so upset, so I'm gonna get down and I'm gonna let y'all continue to do y'all show.
Hey man, we appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
All right, man.
We'll have to talk under different circumstances.
It's all good. See you later, Tim.
She's muted. She might have had to walk away. Appreciate Tammy and Maine for expressing, what they were. You're breaking up a little, sis.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I have my earpods in, so hold on.
She's turning into a robot. Y'all run.
I know, right? Hold on.
Yeah, like I said, I want everybody to be able to express themselves. I don't want her to feel like she shouldn't have said it. If she feels some type of way, she should.
I don't know what's wrong with my
Sounds like a fucking
Let me drop down and come back up.
Okay. It sounds like it's just tape skipping.
Yeah, hold on.
Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for me. We are going to take a brief intermission. We'll be right back with more of the show. That was a feisty first hour, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. Anybody else want to come up? I'm going to drop the link right after this intermission. More of the same, something different. You want to come up, you want to have fun. You just got a funny topic. You got a fucking real topic, whatever you want to call it. Feel free. We'll be right back. Salute everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys. That was decompartmentalized by yours truly. Excuse me. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Drop the link in the chat. Once again, anyone is welcome. I implore anyone, Tammy, if you wanted to come up and talk with just me, we could keep it at just me, you, and Pammy. I won't let anyone else come up if that's, your family. So,
Do I sound better?
Pammy,
Do I sound better?
yo, Haas, what up? You there, Pammy?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. We're both sounding more clear. Check that out.
I know. What the hell happened? I don't know. Ever since we moved to this building, my internet has been trash.
Yeah, no, Tam, like I said, I feel like everything you were vindicated. I know exactly. If someone ended a live and was just like, "Yo, fuck you, Murph," I'd feel the same way. I don't think you're wrong in the slightest.
Yeah, she's not wrong, but at the same time,
It wasn't a troll channel. It wasn't, at the time, it wasn't a troll channel. Let's keep it a buck. We're at an interview and someone says, "Yo, fuck you." You know what I mean? That's a different energy than if we're in troll call and it's, "Yo, fuck you." You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different animal.
right. I mean,
we all know how to distinguish, or we try.
It's
But
just it's a tough
no.
no way. That's why
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
It is.
Like I said, I'll say it publicly, any man, female, anybody that's on here, if somebody's being attacked and I feel like they're like, I'm not going to put up with it, but she's always just played it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't, you know what I'm saying? We've been down this road before, but if it went there, I would hope it would never go to that extent. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I agree. I get her feelings entirely.
I totally
get what she's at
too.
right now. I don't think anything was said by Tammy or about Tammy that was extreme for her to feel upset about. I don't think there's anything like him saying he's going to ignore her, then she's going to continue to ignore him. So you're not going to see everything anyway. And you're not, no one up here or no one in the chat's opinions would be swayed on either of you.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not at all.
I keep it a trillion. When Maine said it in the moment, I was on a panel. I was up there with Barn. You could hear me.
Yep, I heard you. I
understand it's a joke because I have that sense of humor. I do believe it's a lot in tone. If I go, that's why I will make an extreme goofy voice to say that. Like if I wanted to say that, I go, Jamie, fuck you. Do you know what I'm saying? Just so you know, it's playful. It's a joke. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard. We're all learning on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one knows what this shit is.
Right. But he has the right to feel the way he feels, and she has every fucking right to feel the way she feels because he needs to heal. I'm sure, and he can take this for what it is. He's got a channel that he's serious about, and look, he even said, I don't even know he didn't even know she had a rock channel. So, I mean, I didn't know if he meant. I don't know if he understood that I meant rocks as far as like actual rocks, not like rock music. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she's got every right to say, you know what? I'm trying to build my business, and if this kind of fuckery is going to go on, I can't be a part. I mean, she has every right. And
for sure.
I mean,
and like I said, I get where he's coming from in the sense I'm the same way. I'm a single person. I'm like, okay, so Pam, Murph, Barn, Vic LFM, all these people fuck with me, but Tammy don't. So it would bother me. I've been there myself. Someone didn't like, even people from Maine's channel, I would be 100%. There's a few people from there that don't like me for no reason. Even the one that, well, he didn't troll me. He came at my wife. That's a big weakness of a lot of men on here. And I'd hope that my supporters yeah, I hate the word followers. We always say supporters, but friends, family, you guys know what I mean. I hope that it's been shown that I'd never have ever taken that route. I've never argued with a woman online. Never. And I stand by that. Every time it comes down to an argument or trolling, quote, men attack wives, daughters. It's like right away, like even with me, it's like Kels, your wife's skinny, your wife. Bro, I got enough ammo. You ain't got to talk about Kels.
Yeah. And
you see it often. I know it's not the way I rock out on here. I'm not, I have my mother's on here. So I have to move a certain way.
That's just like I said, we all have our personal battles. I cannot fight Maine's personal battle. I cannot fight Tam Tam's personal battle.
No.
But I will not stand back and watch somebody get abused that I care about in a way that she wanted to, she came up and she said her piece. She held her own.
Gotti, salute, bro. Go ahead, baby.
She held her own. And I think she voiced her side the way she wanted to. You know what I mean? So, you and I were just there listening.
As I said, she's free. Like at the end of the day, every path I could go down and say certain things, it goes back to how she feels.
Exactly.
What her level of forgiveness is, how she feels comfortable being talked to. Like I can't tell anyone how to feel and what level of respect they want and respect out of people.
Like if what happened between me and Maine, some women may have just said, "Oh, I will never talk to him again." But I'm the type, I was just sort of like, he apologized, he had to slip up. Now, had he continued doing it, that would have been a different story.
I like to give people second chances. Not everyone does. I don't expect everyone to.
And I don't expect me out of everyone. And she has if you're going to sit there and say he has every right, you have everybody in the panel, everybody in the chat, they have every right to go where the hell they want to. You're not going to tell me who I can go and who I cannot go to. I'm sorry. You're just not. And you're not going to make an assessment of my loyalty or friendship over it either. Because if you do, then I know where you're coming from.
That's what I'm saying. At this point, saying it, it was spoken on and it's dropped. We have to have faith that that's going to go that way until proven otherwise.
And hopefully, if they're in the same chats together, and I just don't address each other,
Listen, it's possible. There's people in chats that I see the names, but some I can't see because they're blocked, so I don't know until other people say hi. And there's others that I see, and I just, all you guys are saying hi, and I skip. It's not hard. I don't have to throw a shot at them, a subliminal. I don't have to have it, fuck everybody for saying hi. I never understood that. Like I said, I'm one, I don't like to be rude. I just naturally, if someone comes in a chat and even if I don't know them well, I say hello. So we have Scamula in the chat. If someone had an issue with Scamula and I'm like, hey, Scamula, if she comes in and says hi and I chat back hi, no one should get mad over that. Unless I'm like, hey girl, we're best friends. I'm your top mod. You're my top mod. Let's go skipping through the meadow. That's not what it is. It's like, hello. Yeah, I say hello to fucking crackheads. I can't say hello to another YouTuber. I say hello to strangers walking down the street, but I can't say it to someone on here that said it to me. So, things like that drive me crazy.
Okay, my main concern is, and concern meaning as a friend, is that I don't want Tam Tam to be upset and think that we're taking sides. Because it's not, that would break my heart if she felt like that, only because I would stand up for her. If he would have went in on her and kept going in on her and going in on her, and I saw her like not being able to handle it, it's just like when she's your girl, man, you're going to back her up. But I'm going to tell you, she has been holding her own for the past 2 years. And that's, I will support her.
No, I agree.
Forever.
That's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at. I don't want her to feel any type, like she wanted to have the platform. I invited her right to it because that's how I feel about Tammy. You know what I mean? So.
And respect her for the fact that she wanted to bring it out in the open and say, "Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
I don't want
Fuck
to.
it. Why dance around it? Why sugarcoat it? I respect the shit
I
out of
don't
it.
want to subscribe to your channel, so
Yeah,
just leave me
let's
the
move
fuck
on.
alone." Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And he was
Yeah.
fine with it too. So
Better than teeter-totting, you know what I mean? Within a half hour, we moved on as compared to a week. You know?
exactly. And it's just hopefully it'll just move on. I mean, time will tell, right? Time will tell.
I mean, that's what I've said. When it comes to that shit, it might be my positive outlook, but I always try to give people the faith that what they're saying. You know, I got to give people their word until they give me a reason not to.
Right. And like we all say, you know, we come on here for fun to whatever, like if and she's right in the fact that if I go to somebody's channel and I'm not vibing with it that day, I'm not going to sit there and just listen to it just because, you know what I mean? I'm going to leave and go do something else or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not, I don't know. It's just, I just don't want her. I don't want her to feel like, you know, we're not taking her feelings into account, because I totally am. Because, you know, I just know how I act when somebody does that to me. And like I said, when he did it to me, I was just sort of like, oh, really? You're a fucking asshole, you know, or whatever, you know? And I'm
like you said, this is fun, and we come here for entertainment. It's like if you're vibing out and having fun and all that, and then
but at the same token, I'm the same type of person. I read that when we were in that situation, I read the chat and people were coming at him. He had nobody, right? So in his mind, he thought, oh, I was going to, and I'm the type of person, I'm going to stand on my word. If I don't know what is going on, I'm not going to make a comment about it. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. And he got in his feelings and he said something. I could have been the type of person to never forgive him and just say, you're a fucking dick. I'm not going to deal with you anymore or whatever. But he apologized, and
I get it. And from his shoes, it's difficult to make change and then still be judged on like, you know, I live that every day on the online shit. I'm still judged. I'm still judged every day for what I've, you know, the gossip and the drama and the bullshit.
So here's what had I taken his apology and said, oh, okay, I accept your apology. And then he kept continually doing it to me. I'm the idiot for like taking it. You see what I'm saying? So I would just block him out. The same way that Tam has the right to block it out if she doesn't want to deal with it.
Definitely. Scam, you there?
That's it.
Oh. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. Did I even type my name in right? Sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, Scammy's up on the panel.
I'm on here. Guys, I hate these things, but there's chat going on. I'm a little concerned. I just worry because, yes, guys, online bullies will fucking kill you, okay?
Hey, Marlena.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but shit, I get it, right? So I'm just looking in the chat. I just want to make sure people are okay. Oh, and Murph, you know I love you. And I love Queen.
Definitely.
Camel, you know I adore you.
Right? Oh, I adore you too. Your channel is so funny. Sometimes I'm listening to it and I'm like, damn. I just love it when, oh my God, it's hilarious.
That's all I know how to do is make fun of scammers.
You got your camera, babe?
I don't belong on any of these fucking panels.
I know.
All I do is get fucking pissed off. Okay?
Oh my God. I just love it. I love it when you're just like, I forget which one I was on a couple of them. You saw me in the chat.
Yeah, I'm starting. I'm going to try to go live again, but I'm telling you again, guys, I have dealt with, trolls. I just changed my phone number. My kid's with her dad right now, so I can get on a panel and be freaky and say, yeah, online trolls fucking suck, okay? They really suck. Murph, you know I love you. Queen, you guys, you know I love you guys, right? So I'm coming up here. But
baby.
Pamela has the best name ever. But
What?
no, I just don't want anyone feeling alone in this chat. Like I see Cage in here, and get it, man. You're just not alone. Depression sucks. I get it. I get
That's
it.
fact.
Oh, that's very nice that you bring that up and acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's somebody's just saying that alone can change somebody's mood or whatever.
No, depression sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks ass.
A lot.
Yeah.
It sucks ass.
Mhm.
And it doesn't get easier. And then guess what? When you get older and people call you old and wrinkly, it just makes it so much better, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You know what? We've earned our wrinkles, girl. Are you kidding me?
Hey, we got Queen Kells up here with us, lady.
There's a reason I put my face
You there,
on,
babe?
on now, but there's
You
a
know-
reason
You know
Doc-
what? You know what I say? I try to embrace aging best I can because it is difficult. Okay, it's difficult. But every wrinkle you have is a smile, man. I mean, it could be a frown, but
It is a map of where I've been. I am so
Exactly.
goddamn proud of them, so it's fine.
and you know what?
I-
What's the
I'm fine
alternative?
with it.
Why would you slap life in the face like that? Because there's some people that don't even make it half of what we are.
Again,
You know what I
that's
mean?
where I was
Right.
kind of going on my little these freaking 20 and 30.
Hold on one sec, ladies. I just want to make sure Kells. I want to make
Oh,
sure
is
Kells'
Kells
mic
here?
is working.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to make
okay.
sure her mic's working. Just one sec, please. You there,
Okay.
babe?
Yeah, we gotta have the queen.
There you go.
Okay,
There,
there
you're
you
breaking up a
There she
little,
is.
babe. If you can move to a little different spot, maybe. You there, babe?
I'm here.
There you go. I can
There
hear
she
you're low,
is.
but I can hear you. What's up, baby?
Not much.
Hey, Kels.
Hey.
We got Pamela J, my queen Kells, and Scamula Bader up here. Make sure you subscribe to Kells, Cooking with Kells, Queen Kells 1120, and Scamula Bader. Pamela J too, but she don't make content, but you should sub anyway.
But we
Yeah.
love her anyway.
Oh, you guys
Best
are just so
name
sweet.
ever.
Oh, you guys are just so sweet. So
But babe,
sweet.
babe, were you here for the whole show? I think you were.
Yeah, I was.
Did you want to say, speak on anything, or I give you the floor?
Well, while I do understand where some are coming from, I totally get it. At the same time, I have seen changes in him, and I gotta say, I have a respect for him because the way he handled himself with certain things. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
this one
everybody
hurts
has their
us.
own
That's
opinion.
why this one hurts us.
Right, right.
Yeah, it does. Like, I love Tam, but I love Maine too. You know what I mean?
That's
He
when
is
people.
my
I know
favorite
someone.
piece of shit.
People be beefing with like Richie. I'm like, that breaks my fucking heart. I love Richie to death. So it's
Oh
like
my God! Seriously.
that.
That's why I
Certain
love
like
the chat. I
Tam
love him.
Tam
He's my
Richie. It's like
favorite piece of shit.
yo, these people are fucking angels in my opinion. Why is there beef?
Yeah, it makes it difficult. It makes it very, very difficult. But I don't know.
You
As
gotta
long as
be a
horrible on the
TDK and a BDB fucking supporter.
And it's Tam street support.
that's
And a
right.
Tam Street supporter.
Mhm.
And the thing about it is that everybody's coming up with channels now, and you all have equity, sweat equity, if anything.
The hard part is also we're all trying to freaking. Wait, I just lost my point. Tammy said the content thing. I started to almost go on that thing.
Most of us are all, it's the same
Following you.
group.
I
It's just
remember.
different people going live from the same group. So we're all
No,
being
that's what I was gonna.
everybody
I was
else.
gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say the thing is people have expectations on what how they think. The person said this to me. Everyone should just cancel them. And then when people don't, it upsets us. You know what I mean? Like, wait, what do you mean you're still going to talk to this person who everybody said get rid of them? You know what I mean? So it does bother you when you have a respect for someone. If Becky G still associates with someone that I don't like, I'm like, Becky, gee, I love you to death. You're fucking awesome. Why would you even bother with this? They're below, you know what I mean? So it does affect you when people you respect talk to people you don't respect.
Yeah, but you gotta,
True.
That doesn't have nothing to do with this incident with Maine and Tam Tam. I'm speaking on other points we're making, not that one. Because I have respect and love for both of them. Tam Tam's been around forever. That's like, do you know what I mean? I hold Tam Tam in a, you know,
There's
a higher
people I
light.
don't speak to that other people speak to that that Pammy would talk to and say
Yep.
hi to and that I don't.
And that's right. Like there's people that that I talk to that Kels doesn't talk to.
That's
and
what I was
Kels
saying
and I
earlier.
still love each other. We still
Yep.
love each other regardless because
Yep.
I'm never gonna
I don't give a
betray
shit.
her confidence on anything.
And that's
you know
on
what
the
I mean?
same, that's what I was saying earlier, Pam. I never expect Pam to be like, Cows and Murph don't like you. Fuck you. And it's like, they didn't do anything. You know? I would
Right.
never do that.
Right. And I don't put those type of
Exactly.
I don't
Hey,
put
can
those
we all
type
make
of
sure we're
parameters.
subbing to Bobby? I'm just subbing to Bobby. You're sub now. I'm sub to you. Sorry, decided.
Yeah, everyone, content creators, drop your links if you have a wrench. If you don't, ask a mod to drop it. We got some good ones.
No, there was someone that just dropped Bobby's link. I just subbed, so I just wanted to make sure
Nat
I
and
sent
Mama
that
T,
so that
yeah.
everyone else does. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Nat,
yeah,
you
we
know,
definitely.
Nat's the best. You know she's my
Maybellina, we love you to death. You know it.
Maybellina. Say it, Murph. I love the way you say it.
Dominicano, hermana.
Oh, Teresa dropped it. Nice.
Yeah.
No, Teresa's an OG too that I know. So there's a few of you
Yeah.
I know in here since I started.
And that's, you know, that's what it
Mama
comes
T
down
is
to, because
good
it's
too.
like, I've known Tammy for going on 4 years. I've known Maine for going on 3 years. So when it comes to that kind of incident, like Tammy said, unless it gets too extreme where you feel you have to step in, you kind of just like, all right, guys, please don't fight when I'm around. Like, Mom, Dad, please
No,
stop fighting.
It's almost like you're just like, don't.
Drive safe, RP.
I'm just saying to myself, please don't go there. Please don't take it there. Please just leave.
Yeah,
Leave it.
That's why I said, you heard me on that live, like,
I heard you at the end. I was like, oh my God, why couldn't you just?
I was like, oh man, this was all right. It ended somewhat smoothly, and never mind.
And right, and then
We all just get along.
and then us knowing he said he was saying it like as a funny thing, which to her, in her defense, it's not funny to her.
Yeah,
But
and
to
I was gonna
me-
say it's these people throw these like these words. We all do it. When I say people, I include myself, everybody, and then we throw these things out. Like I said, you do it to your boss. You do it when you're young to your parents. They're like double-edged swords. One edge is a joke, but the other edge is a little bit of truth. So it's like, fuck you, I'll quit this job. You really mean that shit a little bit. You're not going to because you need the job. But there's a little part of you that's like, I'll do it right now.
Or do I ever know that feeling?
A little part of you is like, I will walk out that fucking door right now.
Or the fact that, like, you and I, Murph, if it were you and I, and we're friendly, so if you were to say that to me, oh, fuck you, Pam, I would just be like, oh, because of the
I would
history.
beat the balls off him, Pam.
Yeah, I would never take it serious from you unless I heard it on the phone.
Maybe.
If it was your tone, I would text you. If we're in a chat and you're like, Murph, fuck you, I'll be like, if I felt some type of way, I would text you right away. I wouldn't even,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean,
But anytime other than that, I would take it as a joke. But that's because of our relationship. They don't have that.
So let's dissect
That would
this.
literally be my world imploding.
Well, let's dissect it. Because of the
Kels would be like, no.
Yeah.
Maine, I appreciate you. Maine the Milkman on the contribution. We appreciate you, Brody.
Because
Maine, we love you, Maine.
Because of the
Tan too. We love both of y'all. Let's keep it.
We love you, Tam.
Non-biased.
Wait, where did she even go?
She was first she was leaving the library, but I think she was a little upset as well.
But the thing about it is that funk you that came from Maine, from him, sort of joking like. To Tam wasn't. It was not. It was like because of the relationship they have that's not friendly. Came as an attack. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like I said, especially where it was at, the setting, it wasn't a troll show, it was an interview. So you hear that, you're like, wait, are we joking? Like, oh, it was a joke. Okay, but are we joking? You know what I mean? So some
And
people,
that
that's how I am. The way I am, I'm always thinking it's a joke. Like, sometimes to my own detriment, I'm like, Kelzo's like, they're not joking, bro. They're coming at you. I'm like, oh, you're right. Shit. Delete a comment real quick.
Hey, but Bane put the serenity prayer in there, man. I tell you
Yeah.
what. I say
I'm
that
not
to
religious,
myself.
but I got respect for my religious friends, so I'll pop that up
Exactly.
there. real quick.
You don't
Yes.
have to, no, you do not have to believe in God to say that prayer. Okay.
Exactly.
Trust
Yo,
me.
listen, comedy is subjective.
Yes.
There's different comedians all across the board. If I watch a lot of stand-up, that's been my dream. I listened to George Carlin when I was 5. Like
Same here.
on record.
Me
On
too,
records.
Me too.
Like going to bed,
That
listening to
explains
rat
a
shit,
lot.
that shit, dirty old twat. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I speak the way I speak. But I love comedy. I watch on YouTube podcasts of comedians. So it's like, that's kind of what I try to engross my life with, because it keeps me more free flowing on my content. But it's like, comedians are different. You look at even in the 80s and 90s, you had a comedian that would come out and just scream. You had Andrew Dice Clay, who was playing up a Brooklyn stereotype.
Oh my God,
Then
I
you would have
watched one of
someone that would
his.
make,
He was
you
funny.
had a gay comedian, you had a feminist comedian. So if we have all these different lanes of comedians, that says we have all these lanes of comedy. That people are very
they're all
multi-dimensional. Look, if we watch a movie, that movie can have it could drama in the middle, comedy scenes through it, and be a sci-fi movie. You could put all, that's how multi-dimensional people are.
Right. Right.
I'm totally interrupting you, Murph. I'm sorry, because you
Oh.
understand that we're all canceled now, right? Like, comedians are canceled. Like, we're all fucking canceled, right?
Yeah, but
So-
comedians are kind of killing cancel culture. That's why I love them even more.
I love Dave Chappelle.
That's all right, Sammy. We'll be
Me
canceled together.
too.
Yep,
Dave
yep.
Chappelle is my favorite
Yes.
comedian.
Here's a
My
word to the
God,
wise.
yes.
Here's a
And
word to the wise.
it's almost like
Canceling. Canceling
I
only
love
works if
him.
you
He is
listen.
by
You have to
far my
listen.
favorite.
I think it's almost like going to a Dave Chappelle show, and if you're sitting in the front and he starts razzing on you, you can't get mad. Like,
Yeah.
I
people-
literally fall asleep to that. That is what I fall asleep to. Like, I love that guy. Honestly, like, that's my
he is so fucking
I
smart.
introduced my son to Dave Chappelle really young. He watched those
Me
comedy
too,
specials
same
the
here.
same way I
Same
did.
here.
He
Same
is
here.
so smart. I swear.
Yep.
If you listen to his vocabulary,
Yeah.
Oh,
is
I
so
love where
smart.
his jokes are nowadays, because they're more complex than like
Yeah.
back in the day. It was like shock value, and that's what you got to understand too.
That's why he walked away from it. Yep.
There's always going to be
Yep.
a shock value, plain and simple. And guess what? That's what Maine did at the end of that show the other day. Shock value.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like I
Oh
said,
my
wait
God,
till you
that
see
is so right.
Wait till you see the music I'm playing Friday. This guy's name is Kim Dracula. Wait till you see this shit. This is showing you, like, first off, the message is more important than the messenger. That's one thing it's going to show you, because it's like metal with hip hop and it mixes a lot. But that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's just, I don't fucking know.
No, that's your warning now.
But
Yeah,
the thing
I've
about-
been
no,
given
that's-
warnings. I'm calling it heavy as fuck. That's what the episode's going to be titled Friday.
Yeah, but that's a great point that you make. A lot of people do things for shock value, and
Look at fucking I'd rather use a real name instead of subliminals as always. Fucking Ray has dirty feet. Everything that anyone's ever had a problem with is shock value. Oh, there was
It's
a fire that children died in. Man, fuck them kids. It's a shock value thing. Like you're saying, they said just recently there was a story, 36 schoolgirls in South America all got sick after playing with a Ouija board. Did you ever notice that people who don't believe in God are always fine around a Ouija board?
Fuck, I know, right?
I saw
So,
that.
like-
That was some
Don't
like
make me
crazy.
Yeah,
started
you
with
have
that
to
one.
believe. You have to believe in something for it to even affect you. Like, if I don't believe in God, do I get possessed? Demons only possess people who believe in God.
You know
That's
what?
what
The
it seems
more
like to
people
me.
I talk to, the more people I find don't believe that are like, my Irish Catholic friend today, he was like, oh, that imaginary man in the sky. And I'm like, are you serious? Did you just say that? What?
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt this whole chat, and this is the reason I got up here, and you know I adore all three of you up here with me. I'm concerned about this cage guy on here, okay? This is my concern. I gotta go soon because I got a work thing I gotta go deal with.
Yeah.
I'm concerned, okay? Cage, please, is there someone that we can give you to talk to?
Coco's trying. I believe Coco's trying to help, and she's a good ear. So if she's offering, I would definitely implore, taking the offer up.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry I haven't been watching it.
No, I'm sorry, guys. And again, I don't mean to interrupt you because I gotta go. I
No
adore you
problem.
all. That's why I came up here. I gotta get off the stream now because again, I gotta work stuff I gotta do.
Hey,
But
keep
I'm
kicking
concerned
ass.
about this guy. Okay.
Thank you.
Sammy,
for that.
thanks for coming up on the panel.
Oh God,
Yeah,
thanks
for
for
sure.
having me, guys. And just
Keep
stay
scamming
awesome.
them scammers. That's a fact.
I'm trying. No, I'm trying to get you guys. Okay, I'm gonna figure out stream card, and then I swear one of these days we're gonna do. I want you scamming with me, okay?
Oh, I would love to. I have a
I
whole
know.
bunch of. I
Murph,
got
you
great
look
prank
good.
calls and
On a
everything.
Wednesday or a Thursday when I can join.
Exactly.
I would love that. I would love that. You guys will see me soon.
Murph, you would
Me and
be
Kels
so
work
good
well
at that.
together. Me and Kels
would
work
love
well
it.
together with that kind of shit. Oh, we'd have a
Oh,
ball.
I know you do. Believe me, I can't wait. You guys are my first guest. Trust me. Okay, I'm getting out of here now. Bye,
Have a
guys.
good one. Thank you.
Bye, Scammy.
Peace.
Bye, Scammy.
Scammy Levator, guys. Make sure you subscribe.
I love
You
her.
guys, her show is so funny. Like
Oh.
if scammers get on your freaking nerves the way that she just talks so much bullshit.
They're like,
to
go fuck yourself, lady. They'll be like,
them.
they'll be like, what's your name? She'll be like, SCAMER. He's like, fuck you.
I know.
I got you
so
guys the bet. Anybody that needs, look, everybody that's here, I got some insider fucking information for y'all. If you ever want to crank call anybody, you call a supermarket. You say, hello, do you got olive oil in a can? And when they go, yeah, you say, you better let her out. Popeye's pissed.
You're good.
Oh, they get so mad. Back in the day, we called Mario's Plumbing at like 3 a.m. back in the day. We're like, yo, where's Luigi? He's like, I will fucking kill you. Yeah, that's a corny one. My buddy did that shit and I was dead.
You're so, that's almost as bad as is your refrigerator running. Yes. Yeah. You better go catch it.
Yeah.
Wait, where did he call and ask if they had moo-moos?
Huh?
What?
I said, where did he call and ask if they had moo-moos?
Avenue. It's like a big girl store.
That's right.
Babe, now you're trying to get us canceled.
Moo-moos.
Now you're trying to get us canceled.
Yeah, and then they kept saying, Joe's like, we don't have moo-moos. He's like, black moo-moos? They're like, we don't have moo-moos. It's like polka dot moo-moos. We don't have moo-moos.
Oh, that's so funny. My aunties used to call them moo-moos.
It was the late 90s. It was a different time.
Yeah.
You could say moo-moos, yeah.
The thing about it is that what was I gonna say? Shit,
the world got too sensitive though, because like fat people aren't offended by being called fat people. I am a fat people. My whole family's bigger people. Fat people are always the job. It's like skinny people are upset that people are being called fat people. Like, that's what cancel culture always is anymore. It's like, I'm completely different than what you're talking about. I'm insulted.
But at the same token, it's like everybody's fight is, it goes back to everybody's fight is personal, and what offends me may not offend you.
Yeah. It's true.
You know?
Background noise, babe.
My bad.
No problem. But it's just like I said, it's a tough predicament. I don't want Tammy feeling some type of way because, like I said, we love her to death. We wouldn't want her feeling attacked.
She has been in our community. She's a day one from day one. So,
but I mean, I would hope everyone would know where my integrity stands. That I would never turn it into a main bashing panel. I would always allow
Yeah,
Like, just like if it
exactly.
was the other, if the shoe was reversed, if Maine was like, "Can I come up, Murph?" and it was like fucking Tam Tam Fest, I'd have been like, "Tammy, get up here." You know, oh, you don't want to? All right, Maine, you got to back off. I'm
And
a
if
defender.
he would have went in on her in the wrong way, we already know your character. You would have stopped that shit right away.
Yeah. I didn't think anything was out of line. People overtalk each other on here, so I don't expect that to be disrespect. I talk over people every fucking show. So Tammy talking over Maine and then Maine talking over Tammy.
Oh my God! The other
cancels
night,
each other out. That cancels each other out.
the other night when there was a night when it was you, I want to say Mike Martin, and somebody else.
King Troll the other night. King Troll the other
Poor
night.
King Troll was going. Okay, I want.
Yeah.
I was like, I was waiting. He was so fucking calm. He didn't say.
It's crazy on those ones because I wind up getting yelled at, and I'm just like, "Yo, guys, let King Troll talk." Yo, guys. So it's him going, "Hello, hello," and then me going, "Let him talk, let him talk," so you can't hear shit.
He was just like calm as can be. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm like, I'm not even talking. I'm fucking muting. This is bullshit. I'd be getting mad as shit. He'd be like, "Hold on, brother." I'm like, "I didn't even say anything. I'm muting. This is bullshit."
That's so funny. I was like, is he going to yell and say, "Shut the fuck up, this is my
Well, like I said, listen, I had to be that way before. You've been around, Pammy, babe. You remember when I had to yell at people? Like, I don't like to do it, but I'm not going to let it. Like, if Maine and Tammy started fucking cursing the shit out of each other, I would have to then. But everyone respects each other and me enough to not do that. You know what I mean? So that's appreciated 100%.
Oh my
But I don't say that shit.
Exile one is
Even
here. Hey,
Kels,
Exile.
if Kels is up here wilding, I'm gonna tell Kels, jump down. I'm calling you. I end the live and calling Kels. That's how our relationship is. If I said something wrong, Kels would text me, end the live, and I then call me. Vice versa.
Sort of like
Yeah.
the other day. I mean,
Accountability
remember
matters. That's just my point. Exile,
well,
see you, brother.
Hey, Exile. Like the other night
Oh
when I
shit!
wanted.
He said I don't see a open panel link. Yeah, I forgot to pin it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't realize I did that. My bad.
No doubt.
All right, my phone's getting ready to die. I gotta go, but
No problem, sis. Yeah, we only got about 20 minutes left. 19, whatever.
yeah, maybe somebody else can come up on panel and maybe spray. I'd be curious once I get in the car. out of the garage, to see
we'll get
if anybody else wants to talk about anything. That's fine.
the vibe. The vibe killer will save all.
This is Therapy Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah, really. Therapy.
Therapy. We gotta drop
You need
the
to pay
H.
for a shrink.
Therapy Thursday.
Exactly.
Oh, he just did. He just did a Jamaican. Yeah, I know. We need Tammy back. He just did a
Tammy,
Jamaican
get back
accent.
here.
Cancel him.
I think
I'm yelling at her, and I don't think she can hear me.
But the thing about Tam, if you're here, I'm dropping down. Murph and Kels are up there. Please come up. And talk
I did offer that to her as well. If she comes up, I won't let no one else come up. It'll end there. I won't. Maine said his piece. He said he's moving on. So
yeah, let's just.
I would let her speak alone.
We just want you to know that we love you too.
Exactly.
Coco, Victor Coco. I hope everybody's safe, but I wouldn't necessarily say I miss. Sorry if that sounds fucked up, but I hope everyone's safe and breathing and alive. But there's certain people in life we got to cut off and leave behind.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. I think it was. I just hope in my heart that Tam knows that we as a community love her and are going to stand by her regardless. I would never let anything disrespectful or bad happen to her that I didn't think she could handle herself. And if she were to call me and say, "I need your help or advice on something," I would be the first one to give an honest answer to her. So
100%.
So that being said, I love all you guys. Thank you so much. And I will.
We love you.
Sorry,
Love you too,
I dropped my phone on the floor.
I know you did. I could tell.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
See you later, sis. Get home
Bye.
safe.
Bye, honey.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. I feel like I feel like Maine understood where I was coming from, you know, or I don't really have to defend it as much. Like I said, Tammy, that you mean, if you're listening, Tam, I hope you know what you mean to us. You know what I mean? I tell you often, I would never want you to feel any type of way.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting. I thought she had, never mind. I don't know what I thought.
I never turned it on.
I don't know what I thought, Queen Kels.
I never turned it on. Motherfucker.
You know what happened to Thought? Thought he had to fart and shit himself. I'll smoke to that.
Yeah, you know how they do.
Hey, make sure you guys are hitting that like button for me. Salute to Maine once again for his contribution. Salute for him and Tam for, you know, expressing themselves. As Kel said, therapy Tuesday.
Got to have therapy Tuesday.
I feel like we made a breakthrough. Breakthrough. The fucking office is on fire. I'll drop the link though. We got about 15 minutes. Yeah, and I'm holding the matches.
You're holding the whole can.
Listen, man. When I was in high school, this homeless guy got off the train with a can of gas and started lighting matches. We're like, that guy was crazy. We seen him down fucking City Hall one time. Like, we go to high school in Kensington, so we see him at City Hall. We're like, yo, look, fucking dude's all the way down here. And my homie was like a short guy, you know? And he walked over, he's like, what are you doing down here? And the dude just started swinging on him. Like, we were probably like 15, 16. Guys, once again, Murph at 420 this Friday, 4:20 p.m. We missed a few shows. We will be back this Friday. The show will be titled Heavy as Fuck because it will be. All heavy music. Some of this shit is muy caliente. We got someone knocking on the door. It's Exiled One.
Knocking on the door. What's going on, bro?
What's good, brother?
Almost gave you a thumbs down for false advertisement.
Oh. Yep.
Just a joke.
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All these damn block views show.
What?
Can you hear me, Kenzo?
There you go. Now I can. It sounded like you were speaking in a British accent.
No,
Babe,
I
I'm
said.
gonna hop down real quick.
All right, babe. I'll see you in a little bit. I love you.
There does sound
All
to be
right,
a
I love
little bit of interference when I talk. Hold on, let me try to.
Yeah. It might be me as well.
I don't know. Let me see, because it seems to be my mic reverberating.
You there?
Yeah. Hello.
All right. I hear you. No, I hear you.
It might be.
So you got a topic or a rant, my brother?
Yeah. I was gonna rant about how I was about to give you a thumbs down for false advertisement. A non-open panel. What the fuck is this shit?
You have to know the code word. Ask for the link. You have to ask for the link.
How the fuck is King Troll supposed to even be minutely close to right if I never got to hit the panel?
Yeah, King Troll King Troll will pop up. He's like a fucking Avenger in the night. He comes by, swoops in, watches shit, and just fucking leaves. You don't even know he's here. You don't even know he's here until you're his content.
I can't be a part of the cult though without the initiation of hitting the panel though, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. Kenzo cult, you already know. How's Eliza? How's her family?
She's having a rough day. This was the day she lost her brother.
Jesus Christ. That ain't never easy.
I don't know if she ever told you the story, but it's out.
No, I don't think I ever. Maybe over iTalk. I don't think so though. I would probably remember.
Police officers handcuffed her brother, thought he was involved in an armed robbery, and threw him over the Lewis and Clark Bridge.
That's
They
why.
covered it all up. And then for years threatened her and her mother to try to keep them silent.
Wow. Yo, I seen it with Cal's stepdad, bro. After so long, it's like if someone were to kill your brother, like if this is for citizens as well, no one in the game, but for a citizen, someone could kill your brother, kill your father. Like for Kels, it was her stepdad's brother. Someone had shot him. They had to go to court every 5 years, let's say 3 years, I believe,
For all hearings.
just to try to make sure to keep that guy in. Like, no, you killed my brother. You ain't getting out in 10 years. You ain't getting out in 15. You know what I mean? So
No,
you honestly, you
I'm
have to put in work. You got to put in work to me. I'd rather him get out because the way I
yeah, I'm about to say I'm different. When I say I'm different,
I would just hope that karma would help me.
I'm really different. I wouldn't try to be sneaky about the shit or nothing. I'd be in the parole board. Like, you need to free him from that cell so you can give that cell to me shortly afterwards.
Have you ever seen the video of the guy? He's on a payphone. It's in the 80s. He gets revenge.
Yep. Dude's dad that he killed fucking popped his ass right there.
I love talking about that because a lot of people don't know it. So after you talk about it, people research it. But it's like, it's a good talking point because in a way it shows how people's mind work. Because it's like, we know revenge isn't right, but when it comes to your child, revenge isn't even revenge. It's vengeance.
It was a really decent, topic of discussion in that era. So yeah, I had heard about it when I was a kid, seen it when I got older, and I can't disagree with it at all. And a father should not be in jail at all. If this nation claims to be a Christian nation, then follow the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and don't lock the man up.
I think that's the issue. There's so many different personalities nowadays. We can't go behind a uniform one. Because, like, in my belief, I don't believe this should be a Christian nation just because of freedom. This is the country, but on the same token, we know this country's history. So in a way, saying freedom is mockingly, freedom for all.
I don't believe you should call it a Christian nation when it doesn't follow the Christian ways. When home base, sort of say, the capital is built in a gigantic pentagram.
Oh yeah. I've seen it.
You have the obelisk there, which is clearly mentioned in the Bible in many formats as of, Baal. Then
I think you run into a problem. With saying a Christian country, you run into a problem, though, because we're a country that is free of religion. So how can you be a Christian country when we have Muslims, we have...
Well, they say that because our constitutional, which is our actual rights and laws, was written, but they don't follow that. They follow statutes and maritime law instead of law of the land. They don't even respect their rights. So therefore, it's really not a Christian nation. It was just a disguise.
I mean, a lot of that's the country. I mean, it's been a hypocrisy from day one, no? Like, all men are created equal. My ink was brought by a slave. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's been hypocrisy since day one. So it's a melting pot, but it's a Christian nation. How could it be a true melting pot and be a Christian nation? That's a hypocrisy. Because that means if it's a Christian nation, you've already made Christians superior.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's not what this country was supposed to be built on. This was supposed to be, hey, England, Spain, Rome. These countries always tried and it always failed because they did it this way with dictators. That was what were sold. The propaganda, 1776 propaganda were sold is, we're not going to be them. This is going to be all men. This is a place that's built on thought as compared to religion.
Propaganda. If you study any other country's history, we lost that war, and we gave certain things to the British nation. This isn't even a country; it's a corporation under the British crown.
Barncito.
But I heard you talking about Kensington earlier, and yeah, that's definitely got to be your mic, Kenzo, because it's doing it.
Yeah, let me stay right here, guys. I'll leave and come right back in. It should fix it.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's going on?
Chilling. Nice to meet you, bro.
Where you from, man?
Kansas City.
KC?
Yep.
Oh, man, we got a Chief fan up here?
Nope. I followed Bo Jackson when I was a kid that played for the Royals. So you got a very rare Raiders fan in Kansas City. I went where Bo went. because Bo knows.
Oh, I got a pair of bows right here in my garage right now.
That's what's up. Hell yeah. In my opinion, if he didn't get his hip fucked up, greatest athlete in history.
Here you go. I'll show you right now. Look. Look. Pair of bows right here. Look.
Back
Damn,
at it like a
bro.
smooth
I ain't seen them motherfuckers in so many years. Oh, my bad. My
Damn.
bad. Damn. That brings
Let me
back.
get you on solo, Barn. Hold on, I put you on solo.
I got a pair of bows right here.
That's classic American history right there.
That's
Right
a fact. Are they fours? My favorites.
No, these Bo Jacksons.
Those are Bo
I'm
Jackson.
trying to
shoes.
see. There you go. Your
Yeah,
big
that's
ass
the
head
Bo
was
Jackson.
cast in a shadow. His big head was cast in a shadow. My bad.
What's up with them remaking the Bo Jacksons? Them look like them motherfuckers that fit the shoe style we rocking nowadays.
Bobby's a sweetheart. Thank you for that, Bobby. She made a community post for 1010. We appreciate that.
I appreciate that, fam. That might very well be the last time I get to see a pair of those with my own eyes.
Yeah, I got some shit in here. I got some shit.
What's good with you, Barn?
It's good. Just getting off.
So,
Yeah.
Kenzo, I heard you talking about Kensington earlier. I don't mean to cut nobody off, but I do have it.
That's me. I'm Kensington.
Both of
No,
us.
no, we're talking about the place though.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I am the place.
Okay, yeah. He was talking about
Mhm.
how they have all that shit going on with motherfuckers all over the street, strung the fuck out and shit. I had to run in with a meth head.
I was
today.
one of them. I was one of those strung out motherfuckers in the streets.
Congratulations, fam. Congratulations on
Mhm.
getting over that. Just like Tommy, man. It's an everyday
Mhm.
struggle. But
Yeah.
I had this dude out here that he's still dealing with his addictions and shit. He's got these little kids stealing bikes and shit. So I pull up to the grocery store and my son's like, Dad, somebody stole my chopper bike, and they're saying it was I'm not gonna say the kid's name, but they're saying it's such and such. So I go down there and I talk to his pops. I find out where his son is. I go find his son. His son's handicapped. So already I'm figuring these other kids up to some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So basically, one of these kids stole the shit, took it to this dude that pretty much chops the bikes up, puts different parts on them, and sells the bikes off. He had already just had the chain off of my son's chopper bike. I pull up. I see that motherfucker back by the shed. There's two teenagers out front, one with a 30 pack in his pocket. So I stood real close to his ass just in case. But I said, yeah, I'm here for my son's bike, that silver chopper up there. I don't want no issues. It can be issues if it's about that. I just want the bike and where the fuck
That's
about
just
it.
wild.
So
I've been
dude
through
was
that
like,
shit a few times.
it was like, let me go get my mom. They go in there and get the dad. So I'm like, I ain't tripping. I look at him. He's like, is there a problem? I say, yeah, you got my kid's bike back there. I need that motherfucking bike, bro. I just came for the bike, no issues or nothing. But I mean, it's seeming like people don't want to give me the bike. Is it an issue? Oh no, man, that's not his bike. I got that bike from somebody up the street. I said, bro, I've been through all the walks of life, bro.
That's I'm talking about the motherfucker you got it from.
I told him, I said, I'm not going for that story. And even if there is another dude, the problem is the bike's right here at your shit.
Yeah.
And
you're like, I've been on both sides of this before, bro. I know the game.
Yeah, I'm telling you now. I'm taking my son's bike, bro.
Dead or alive.
I took that motherfucker, rolled it out, gave it to my son, told him walk down the street with it. He walked down the street with it. I hopped in my car and fucking met him up the street and threw it in the car.
That shit's rough, bro. Like with the kids too. You gotta be like, you almost have to raise them soldier like it in a way nowadays. So it's hard, not hard, but it's hard for some people to find the balance, you know what I mean? To keep them still humane on top of that. But it is, you gotta be like, Dad, Johnny pushed me in school today. He said I was fat. All right, next time Johnny goes to push you, take a step to the left and hit him with that right hand. Boom. You know what I mean? It's like nowadays you tell them that and they're like, you're teaching your kids the wrong. Like we're supposed to let our kids just like be punching bags. I could never allow that. Like my son had to be he was the only white boy. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you can't.
Oh yeah,
Same
I
way
know. I grew up in the
same
hood
way
like
I
that.
had to roll around Kensington, my son did too. Like I rolled around that neighborhood my whole life, but when they were kids, it's like, watch how I move. You move the same way. You keep it respectful, because it's like you could be the only white guy as long as you're respectful. You're going to get along with 95% of people. There's
Yeah,
always
but
going to be
when
a
you're a
hothead
kid,
of every race.
but when you're a kid, you already know you got to give and take your
Yep.
bumps and bruises,
Mhm.
and you know what I'm saying, get that respect. He's
You got
got
to
to
earn
go
it.
through that as a kid with the other kids. That's just the way they come up.
Social media and the news, they've gotten people to believe, all lives matter is what the counterculture says, right? And it's like, no, all lives don't matter. Like, that's not true at all. It's like there's a lot of lives that don't. You know what I mean? I don't really give a fuck about people who pull like crimes on children and shit. I don't give a fuck about their life. Does not matter.
But yeah, bro, basically it was 7 of these little kids come out here trying to tell my son that this little handicapped kid stole this shit. And off rips, I'm sitting here looking like dudes.
Yeah, you're already
fall
like,
guy.
wait a minute. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're already like,
yeah,
wait
this
a
looking like little dudes the fall guy. You know what I'm saying?
minute.
And I got down to the bottom of it, and sure enough, he was the fucking fall guy.
That's crazy. Yeah, and that's crazy. You don't like seeing, young ball taken advantage of. It even bothers you. You're like, all right, so you took advantage of my son. You're taking advantage of a handicapped child. Like, your parents must be fucking proud.
I got a plan for that shit. Any of them kids come over here, because they occasionally come over by themselves for just a couple at a time. Oh, my
Mhm.
kid's bigger than all them little motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell they ass to
Yeah.
get the fucking stepping. Get the
Yep.
fuck out of here. They trying to use your shit, steal your shit. Cause I know when it happened, bro. I was on here doing a stream with Shift, co-hosting with her, and my motherfucking back porch light came on. And
Oh,
it
shit.
usually comes on, stays on about 30 seconds if it's just some quick movement that went by, and then it goes off.
Yo, my bad, Merp. My bad. Yo, Merp, I just came up to say salute, bro. I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah, no doubt. Get some rest, bro. I know you've been working hard as shit, so I've been there with you. So
Hey,
we out here,
salute.
bro. We still
Hey,
too bad
salute,
opinions.
bro.
We still coming. Go ahead, Exile.
Yeah, I was just waiting to make sure he didn't want to say
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. That's my brother right there, Barn.
Yeah, I didn't want to step over him. But my thing is, it's like, so about 2 minutes passed and the light was still on. And my wife was asleep. I should have known to get my ass up and actually check. I'm like, babe, that light came on and that shit ain't went off.
Yeah, you're like, sup, babe, right? Yeah,
think
you pick up
somebody-
little shit. Yep.
Yeah, I think somebody, you know what I'm saying, fucking around.
I always wonder if other people are like that. Like with me, it's like, I don't know if it's a dad or it's just me or as a person, but it's like some points you could be like, you're laying in bed and you hear a noise and you're like, all right, that wasn't the house settling. That wasn't the neighbor. That wasn't the neighbor stubbing their toe going to the bathroom. That's somebody, that could be somebody in the house. That could be an accident out front. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Any time you're at a place long enough, you know when something's out of place.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah, the energy's off.
Even if somebody's in your fucking shit that ain't supposed to be, it's like you can feel that extra presence in your shit.
But I've had that, bro, where people stole a bike and like they stole the guy. Fucking my brother comes in and you could see he's about 12 at the time. You could see he got fucking punched right in his eye. You could just tell it's all red. And he's like, fucking, someone stole my bike at the bike shop. Yo, my dad just flew around the whole fucking neighborhood till he found that shit. My dad's always, to this day, very brash, very, he'll fight anybody. That's just how my dad always was. Even to this day, he can't breathe, but he'll still try to get that first punch in. You know what I mean? That's people like, Merc, why don't you go live at work? I'm like, my dad is a psycho.
That's the way I am too. But it's like I've learned over the years to have restraint and don't bring it to that unless it needs to be.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, the only motherfucker, whether I'm right or in the wrong, I'm the only motherfucker sitting in a cell at the end of the day. Because when they come and see damage, ain't none of it really much on me, if any at all.
Listen, bro, you never know what can happen too. I have one of my good friends I grew up with. We had a lot of he got caught all the time. We had juvenile cases for GTAs, dumb shit. We were stealing cars, whatever. So it was like he did a lot of time as a juvenile. Came home, he was probably like 18, going into 19. It's fucking dude in his 20s. We're probably like 17, 18. You know, he's 19. I'm probably like 20. Some dude's fucking with his dad at a 4th of July party. He walks up as a 19-year-old, drops this like fucking 25-year-old, drops him bad. He got locked up for that and everything, even though he was defending his dad. The damage he did.
Yeah,
he got a lot. He probably got more trouble for that fucking one assault charge than 10 GTAs.
Yeah, that's some real shit. And at the end of the day, they don't care. They just want that money coming through the system.
Yo, I tell everybody, it is literally all about the money.
But
the second you say, now I'm taking it to court, you ain't just putting me on probation, then it's a big problem. Wait, what do you mean? Man, fuck out of here. I ain't just easing my way through. Sign right here. You plead guilty, but your record will be expunged. No, my record's going to stay clear because I didn't commit the crime. The fuck? It's always, like I said, it's the contradictions, the hypocrisy. It's all the bullshit this country was always built on. When I speak on America, I speak on the people, us, you know, we the people, so to speak, the citizens. I speak on the ideals of what I think it should be. I know it's not there, but it's like what it should be, things of that nature.
Yeah, but the night that light came on, you know, I went to the back door and I checked, but I didn't bother to go out there. And you know, I know my shit that I have out there, but I don't tend to make a mental note of my son's shit or my wife's shit that's sitting out there. And I need to go take a mental note of that shit too. So if shit like that happens, I know.
That's what I be telling the kids, bro. Put the bikes in the basement. Put the bikes in a corner in the kitchen because we got a big kitchen. Put the bikes in the corner of the kitchen. Like, you leave it out back nowadays, it's like you're almost asking somebody to take it. You know what I mean?
I remember one time my wife's friend's friend was putting in a new dishwasher for me because the old one shot craps, and I had 2 fresh ones in my garage waiting for when one goes out. And I had the garage door open, and I guess dude had caught some dude that had tried to come up in my garage because you know my garage is like connected to my basement, separate from the house, but has an access point into the house. I really don't like it. I'm thinking about, you know, getting the door that's to the house more secure itself.
Facts. Yeah.
I mean, I got guns, but others got guns.
That's what you got to do. You got to make the garage secure, but what you got to do is that entry point from the garage to the house, that's got to be like the second strongest point in your house. The first has to be your front door always, but that connecting door, that's got to be your second strongest door for sure.
Yeah, because you know people come in.
Listen, nowadays you have to think this way, bro. You have to think this way nowadays.
You know,
and it's part of being a dad and a father.
9 times out of 10, they're covered in with something off top. So, you know, just to have it secure and have that.
Thanks for rocking out, Nat. 2 hours, 7 minutes. Appreciate you.
Had an extra moment to take care of yourself. It was cool. But I guess the dude that fucking got caught trying to come in my shit, he was on a bike and left his bike here. And dude asked me, what you want me to do with his bike? I said, put that motherfucker on my back porch. It's my bike now.
Yeah. Now he gonna come steal his own bike back.
Yeah,
he gonna come steal his own bike back.
I've been waiting for 4 months for this motherfucker to come back. And in all honesty, the reason why I'm telling this story is because when that back light had cut on that night, I really thought, oh, this motherfucker finally coming back for his bike.
Yeah, the day has come.
But
the moment I've been waiting for.
It was sitting there. I didn't know that my son had just got a bike from his friend that graduated school, and he gave him his little chopper style bike because Chuba likes those things.
Yeah. No, I remember that. I remember a couple kids had them. They looked just like the what is that? OC choppers and shit.
Yeah, it was one of those bikes. I mean, it's in some poor shape. The frame.
Bro, I remember the one night.
The frame is broke down, painted. It needs some shock system put on it. But I mean, hey, it's his problem.
Matter of fact, the homie had one of them same bikes. The kid was probably like 24, 25, but he sold weed. You know what I mean? So he had one of them bikes, the lowrider bikes. We're sitting in the crib now. There's a bodega on the little block, a garage, and then my cousin's crib. So we're in my cousin's crib. We're smoking here, bang on the door. He's like, "Yo, someone stole my bike." We're like, "What?" You know, I ran in the store. Someone stole my bike. So we go down to bodega. We're like, "Yo, Pop, can you run the tape back?" So he runs the tape back. We watch the little kid run up, look into the store, We're roasting my homie. We're like, "You fucking idiot. You got your bike stolen by a 12-year-old. We're roasting him." So we get in the whip. We're fucking riding down the street. We see this kid riding the bike. He tried standing up, pedaling. I'm like, "You can't do that on that bike, young buck. Just give us the bike back." But that shit was so hilarious watching this little 10, 11 year littlest kid you ever saw look in the store and grab the bike and just run away. We were dead.
Well, yeah, my son's chopper bike, he went that for a project to put an engine on it, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I know a lot of people that do that too.
I mean, as far as lowrider bikes and shit, though, I mean,
yeah, I mean, there should be levels of, like, we used to have a thing we called lighter war, right?
Kenzo, look at the screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those should be off limits. Shit like that needs to be off limits.
Yeah,
Like
my son is.
We used to have a lighter
one of
war,
those
and it's
too,
like
but
you
he
can't
keeps
steal.
that
We
in
said
the
you
house.
couldn't steal a Zippo. With the lighter war, you can't steal a Zippo. You could steal Bics, you could steal the little 50-cent lighters, but you couldn't steal Zippos. That was our rules. It should be the same thing with bikes. It's like you shouldn't steal anything past a mountain bike. There should be rules to the game.
Oh, yeah. As far as the street game, yeah.
Yeah, like the street rules. It should be like, yo, all right, if you're going to steal bikes, 20 inches and mountain bikes only. No one goes and steals low riders, fucking, you know, like we said, the chopper bikes, fucking racing bikes.
Something that you spend the price of a car on, you know.
Bro, I've seen somebody get jacked for one of them racing bikes, bro. They cost $2,500.
And at the end of the day, that ain't one of those remake lowriders. That's a 1959 Swin. Yeah, that right. I got that at an antique shop. I got one. I got one in the basement that hasn't even started work on because he's not done with the work on that one. He's got a gold copper one too. Yeah, it's a classic original. His gold one's like a 1976 one. Mm. But that red one is his old school one with the original fire red engine fucking paint job on it. Mm-hmm. Original Swin print.
You ever seen them those like racing bikes, like the cross country bikes? They're made by like K2 and shit like that, I think it is.
Yeah, when I was a teenager.
Yeah, them things, like you just said, cost the price of a car. Dude said, I'd seen a video, dude got punched in the face, knocked off the bike. He kind of got back on it, kept his bike. And he was screaming. He's like, "This is a $2,500 bike, and you're trying to steal it." I'm like, "Holy shit, $2,500! That's like the stock price."
Yeah, when I was 13, there was a dude that died, and me and my friends had, did some stuff we shouldn't have. He had a bike like that in there, and when we was kids, we didn't even know like the value of that type of bike, bro. So we left it there because we were more into the dynos and things.
Yeah, the 20 inches. Yeah. You're like, fuck this stupid bike. Now you're like, dumb motherfucker.
Like we literally went in that place just to go in there because to us it was just a bunch of older people shit, nothing of interest. The dude was eccentric. He was in the books. He didn't even have a fucking TV, Kenzo.
Oh, shit.
And the only thing he had of value was the bike, and we was discussing if we wanted it. And everybody was like, what the fuck we want that big motherfucker? How we gonna get air off of ramp with that bitch?
Bro, we had these kids in the hood back in the day. They was all fucked up on drugs, but they were like, they break in cribs and shit. So they're like, yo, this nurse moved on the block. See this nurse. And I'm like, bro, I never see that lady. Like, I don't know nothing about it. Like, I'm not doing it. But, they were trying to talk me into it as a young buck. So they go in there. They come running back at the lady's a fucking hoarder. They're thinking they're getting this big ass score and there's like newspaper to the ceiling.
Hell yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
We told them that they could get scrap money for the drop ceiling. They were kicking in doors trying to steal drop ceilings.
One time when I was 9, we got into somebody's like old barnyard shed, like one of them big wooden motherfuckers.
Mm.
It had a hole in the roof, so we got in through the roof.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen nothing like this in my entire life. It was nothing but like old glass antiques and just stacked to the ceiling of that place.
Wow. So they were probably making that shit themselves or something back in the day.
Probably, I don't know.
People did a whole bunch of glass work and porcelain and shit like that.
Oh, I know. I ain't gonna lie. I took a few things because
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, people used to
my
take
mama would have
those
liked. Yeah, I seen a few things I thought my mama would have liked, so I took
Christmas, birthday, we set. I'm gonna take 4 things: my mama's Mother's Day and Christmas.
I got karma to pay for that. That happened at 9 years old, so hopefully that karma has already came.
I always say that, bro. I joke about it now because my karma's been repaid. If I ever stole, when I was a little kid, I fucking stole a whole bunch of chips because an old man worked in the store. I felt guilty for years. But then when I was about 19, I got stuck up, gun in my face. They got a pack of cigarettes, but I always believed that it might have been years later, but that was that karma. Like you did something dirty as shit to an old man, bro. That wasn't right. So,
Dude, I remember one time I reached in my pocket to get some money to count some change out, bro. And literally, it was a windy ass day, and this shit was like a cartoon. I wouldn't have believed this story if somebody else didn't experience it and told me this shit. The fucking $100 bill flew out my pocket, and this motherfucking $100 bill caught the wind like a kite, and literally flew down the street like it was teasing me just fast to keep getting ahead of me. It hit the corner with a strong wind, bro. I never found that $100 bill. I stayed up for 3 hours.
Man, I'm so sick.
3 hours scrounging my phone. Any of the homies call me or anything, you gonna have to meet me on the corner, bro. I'm down here looking for this money. I had motherfuckers standing right there on the corner where I had already thoroughly checked. Nah, you can't help me look for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Thursdays.
I never found it. The only thing I could think is there was a creek right there around the corner below the street. I'm thinking it probably caught a stream.
Could have. You never know. Yeah, you're searching for it for 3 hours. The guy that found it's out spending it. That's crazy.
Probably was fishing at the river where the creek leads.
Shit rolled right up to him. Blew right into his face. Like, what the hell?
Well, if it hit that water, it probably flushed out to the river, and somebody fucking catfishing and shit probably found that shit.
Somebody's like, what the hell? Dry that bitch out. Hey, bro, I'm going to end this, John. No, Exile. I appreciate you coming up and vibing out. We went a little overtime. I appreciate that.
No problem, bro. No problem.
Kenzo Colt, baby.
Last time I seen you, I had to check your channel. I've been subbed to you, bro. Just wasn't getting notifications, so I realized I had to re-hit that bell. YouTube.
Yeah. I got a few different shows. I got this is a talk show, and I got 2 music shows.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, I'll catch up with you later.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
We'll get those subscribed in due time.
Definitely.
Later, bro.
Appreciate you. Great chat tonight. Salute Tam behind the bar, Pammy, Scamula Bader, Queen Kells, Exile One. Everybody came up. Everybody rocked out in the live chat with us. You guys are the best. Tam, once again, we love you to death. I'll be in touch. You guys are awesome in this live chat. Give yourself a round of applause as always. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We will see you again Thursday for Cooking with Kells, 7 p.m. on Cooking with Kells on YouTube. Dirty Kenzo Productions, and then we will be back Friday, 4:20 p.m. Murphy 420's triumphant 3-week late return. Heavy as fuck. We coming back with something crazy. See y'all then. Salute.